Listen, this is what Uber drivers go through.
Yeah.
This right here.
And I see what
I had to. Yep. This is what I gotta go through.
I don't want to talk to you
about.
Let's
I don't care.
I
don't care. These are the games that we playing now. These
conversation.
no. We finna talk. We finna talk. I'm finna in the ride. I'm recording too. We finna talk. I don't deserve to have an attitude thrown at me simply because I was on the wrong side of the street. I apologize. That should be all. It's not I'm richer than you, I'm smarter than you. It should never come to that because I was on the wrong side of the street. I don't care. Yes, record that. It should never come to an attitude about who's richer and who's smarter simply because an Uber driver that doesn't have a description of anybody would just so happen to be on the wrong side of the street.
Back home,
I will hurry up and get you to wherever it is I picked you up from. I don't know if that's where you live at or whatever.
I thought he had some good points. Do you guys agree? Because she was trying to make him seem less than and talk about money and all of that stuff. So
I think she should have just got out the car. Why she stay in the car and argue with the man?
I know Brandon got something to say. We're gonna go to Brandon last. He got a lot to say.
You could have easily let her say her piece and kept it driving and drop her off, or he engaged in the ignorance. So it takes a two-way street to make an argument, you know. So, you know, me personally, my personality, I would let her say what she had, drop her off, good day.
I mean, that's customer service, right?
Okay.
If you don't have any good customer service skills, you probably shouldn't be an Uber driver because there's so many different personalities you're going to come across.
Another entitled person. Listen, we don't know how long this argument went on before he turned that camera on. You know what I'm saying? Some time has passed. He explained that he apologized for parking on the wrong side of the road. He thought he was in the right, but he apologized. All she had to do was cross the street and get in the goddamn car.
He just parked on the wrong side of the road, didn't drive on the wrong side of the road.
He parked on the wrong side. So he got to your house. So instead of parking in front of your house, he parked in front of the neighbor's house. He didn't realize, so he pulled over to get parking. So she came out and realized he's across the street. So that's why she cussed him out. Why I say it's entitlement? Because she was like, I got money and you don't. She entitled. Now, did he even continue to ride?
I think he did. But because he said he gonna get her to where she gotta go.
That's some serious customer service right there. If he continued to ride after that, but when he turned the camera on, I felt like he was like already upset with it. He was like, listen, I apologized to you a few times. Now you just getting annoying.
So I agree with turn on the camera because we see what happened when you don't turn on the camera. So you should have the camera rolling at those times so you can show, hey, this is what occurred.
Because obviously he doesn't have the apology, you know, because that happened when it happened in real time. As a customer, did she have to argue with him? She could have just been
she didn't even have to go in the car, continue to ride, right?
But I think they do have certain stuff with like who canceled the rides kind of got to pay. It's like something like that.
I don't think she's wrong for telling him how she feel, but after he's like, oh, I apologize, I'm sorry. It's over. Either you want to ride with him or you don't. I don't think she needs to bombard him with the, I got money and you don't.
And what does that have to do with an honest, genuine mistake? You know,
I'm sure that ain't the first driver that parked across the street.
So we're going to bring in the panel specialists on this type of situation.
Come on. Now, it's funny that you say that because technically I do feel like a little bit of a pro on this one, right? In my life, I've worn many hats, right? And one of them, I was an Uber driver for a little minute. I had rules of conduct. If it was a person of color, radio was on 93.7. If it was somebody else, it was on 105.5. I don't talk to you except to say good morning, good evening, good afternoon. If you want to engage in conversation with me, that's fine. But I ain't saying nothing except to greet you when you get in the car, to confirm that I'm who I am, and to get you where you're going. I had one incident where I did something similar. I went down the street in Hartford. I saw a police car that had went down the same street to pick up the client that was on that side. Come to find out, there's a one-way street that I wasn't supposed to go down. But again, saw a cop going down there. I didn't think nothing of it. Didn't see a sign that said it wasn't one way. Woman got in the car and told me like, oh, I wasn't supposed to come down that street. She wasn't anywhere where I could have gotten her except to go down that street I wasn't supposed to get down. I apologized. Nothing else was said during the ride. Got her to where she was going. She got out the car. I said, you have a good day. That was it. I got 1 star for a review because I went down that wrong street, even though I apologized for it. But guess what? The customer's always right. She could have cussed me out. She could have said X, Y, and Z. I did what I was supposed to do by apologizing for my mistake, and that was it. And that's the only 1 star I ever got in my driving as an Uber driver. It is what it is. The customer is always right. If she was cussing this man out, he should have kept it quiet. You apologize once, you don't got to record after that. You'll probably get 1 star. Maybe you won't get any kind of, positive rating, but get her to where she going, get your money, and move on to the next customer. That's it. That's just how it is. You have to have customer service skills. You have to be willing to take stuff from people no matter what it is, because that's your job.
I've been being called nigga so many times.
Hey, whatever it may be, I'm getting my money.
Taking care of these older people, especially while working at the hospital, raised in a different generation, especially if they have dementia, they forget about where we are now, and they just let you have it.
Boy, hold on. Who's there? Balling. Listen, the customer is always right. If you saying that the customer isn't always right, then that means they was really putting you through hell. But guess what? You the one that's getting paid. You the one that needs the check. They're coming in to give you services. Customer's always right. Even when they're wrong, they're right. I'm sorry. That's how you hold on to your job. That's how you maintain a career. And again, that teaches you patience, because you got to teach your kids. You got to teach other people. You may put up with a lot, but at the end of the day, you're doing what you got to do. Hey, anytime I can change minds, that's what I'm trying to do.